You're sitting in traffic. The light turns green. The car in front doesn't move. 1 second. 2. And something inside you tightens. Your jaw. Your hands on the wheel. Small voice whispers a very old sentence. I could end this person. You won't. No, obviously. You're a calm, reasonable adult with a podcast playlist. But for half a heartbeat, you wanted to. Why? Why does a stranger driving slightly slowly trigger something that feels like survival? Why do humans, the species that invented hospitals, poetry, and birthday cake, also invent war? Tears, the strange part. That flash of rage didn't come from you. It came from someone who died 2 million years ago. And they're still living in your skull. Let me explain. For most of human history, being violent wasn't a flaw. It was the feature that kept you alive. Picture your ancestor. No house, no police, no grocery store. Just a small group of people, a dangerous world, and that thing done was wind. Is that thing going to hurt me? When a rival group approached, hesitation got you killed. The ancestors who froze and thought it over politely, they didn't become ancestors. They became lunch, or a cautionary tale. The ones who survived had a brain that did one thing very fast. It saw a threat and flipped a switch. No debate. No nuance. Just act now. Survive, ask questions, never. That switch has a name. The amygdala. 2 little almond-shaped clumps deep in your brain. And here's the unsettling part. It's still in there. Fully operational. Mint condition. 2 million years old. And it has never once been updated. So, what's the answer? Are humans just violent animals wearing pants? That's the obvious answer was. And the obvious answer is wrong. Because if we were simply violent, we'd never stop. But humans are also the most cooperative species on the planet. We share food made with strangers. We cry at movies about dogs. We build entire cities on the radical idea of not killing each other. So we're not violent or peaceful. We're both at the same time. And that contradiction is the whole story. Now, here's where the science gets genuinely strange. Scientists studied our 2 closest living relatives. Same family tree, both almost identical DNA. 2 completely opposite personalities. Chimpanzees go to war. Researchers in Tanzania watch groups of male chimps form silent raiding parties, slip into a neighbor's territory, and ambush lone rivals one by one. Over years, one group methodically wiped out another, not for food, for territory. It looked disturbingly familiar. Then there are bonobos, same genus, but same intelligence. And they resolve almost every conflict with affection instead of aggression. New food source. They share it. Tension in the group. They hug it out. Now, the bonobo war is basically a very awkward group cuddle. 2 cousins. One that raids. One that reconciles. And humans. We didn't pick one. We got both downloaded into the same brain. The raider and the peacemaker, living in the same skull, sharing the same steering wheel. But here's the part people miss. The amygdala doesn't actually decide whether you're violent. It only sounds the alarm. It screams danger and floods your body with adrenaline, where you've been missing, before you've even finished the thought. What happens next depends on a second part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, the thin layer behind your forehead that shows up late, slightly out of breath, and says, okay, let's not. This is the part that's only fully online in your mid-20s, which explains a lot about your early 20s, and possibly your group chat. So in any tense moment, Two ancient forces fight inside your head. The old alarm, screaming attack. The newer manager whispering, wait. And the alarm has wired it to fire in milliseconds, long before the manager even knows there's a meeting. Long before the manager even knows there's a meeting. That traffic light, God, that's the war in real time, every single day. And usually the manager wins. Take a breath. Down. The light's green now. You drive. Civilization survives another afternoon. But sometimes the alarm is faster. And that's where it gets darker. Because the same switch that protected your ancestor can be hijacked. And scientists have found exactly which lever does it. It's a single idea, us versus them. In experiments, researchers split total strangers into two groups, using something meaningless, a coin flip, a shirt color, a made-up team name. Within minutes, people trusted their own group more, judged the other group harder, and felt a flicker of satisfaction when the other side lost. Nobody taught them this. The switch did it automatically. Draw a line, and the ancient brain instantly decides which side is family and which side is threat. That's the hijack. Fear shrinks the gap between feeling threatened and acting on it. Exhaustion weakens the manager. Hunger. Crowds, a sense that they are coming for us. These don't create violence. They just turn the alarm up and the manager down. This is why ordinary kind people can do horrifying things in the right conditions. And it was never about being a monster. It was about a 2-million-year-old switch meeting, a situation it was built for, and a manager too tired to argue. And here's where it gets personal. You have that switch too, right now. It's it's not a sign you're a bad person. It's the reason your bloodline survived long enough to produce you. That sitting there, judging that slow driver. Every human who ever lived carried it. The kind ones, the gentle ones, your grandmother, Gandhi, probably. The switch doesn't make you violent, and it just makes you capable. Choice is the part that's actually yours. So why are humans so violent? We're not. Not exactly. We're animals who were built to survive a world that wanted us dead, and then we built a world that mostly doesn't. Not the danger left. The switch stayed. It bumped, and now it fires at parking spots, comment sections, and people who chew loudly. But notice what else came with us. The bonobo half, the peacemaker. The part that shares, forgives, hugs it out. That ancestor survived too. You're carrying both of them every day and quietly choosing between them more often than you realize. Most of the time, the manager catches it. That quiet pause before you react. That breath you almost don't take. That's not weakness. That's 2 million years of evolution, handing you the one thing your ancestors never had, a choice. So the next time a light turns green and the car ahead just sits there, you hew to that, and you feel that ancient heat rise, and you notice it. That's not you being a bad person. That's a very old alarm, doing the only job it ever knew in a world that finally outgrew it. You just get to decide what happens next. And honestly, the fact that you usually choose the breath, that might be the most human thing about you.